So this will be a pretty quick video, and I am also kind of asking for help here. So for the most part, everything is doing okay. I started this early February, which, now I'm thinking was probably a bad idea. Biggest issues are the tomatoes here on the left. I'm not sure if it's Fusarium wilt or some kind of bacterial wilt. It started with the bottom leaves and, some like this. Let me see if I can get, it's got these little bumps along the stem, dying leaves from the bottom up. Some pretty sad, thinner leaves, and you could see that cluster there in the middle. It looks like it's racing to flower. I'm guessing because of stress. Peppers are doing fine, and my little strawberries. These tomatoes are doing a lot better. They've kept the majority of their leaves, but you can still tell there's definitely some of that disease, fungus, whatever it may be. And then, all of these are doing really well, except for this back here is some kind of physalis. I can't see the label right now, but it's either a tomatillo or a ground cherry. And it's going through stress too. So luckily, last frost is in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna start hardening things off very, very soon. But and now here's the puzzle. So I had some tomatoes that I had clipped from when there was multiple in the same cell, and I got them to re-root in water. And I literally stuck every single baby tomato seedling in here. Like you can see, it's a crowded mess. There's probably like 20. So that's just kind of like a fun experiment. I call it the tomato hydra. But, unfortunately, it's doing amazingly well, whereas these guys are not. And each one is deliberate. So what I think might be going on, because each of these is just more of the sterilized starting soil. I didn't use potting soil. I didn't really add any compost when I repotted them into bigger pots. So I'm wondering if it's just a simple nutrient deficiency. So last weekend I, brushed off the top layer on these really bad ones, and I put potting soil here. So there's just a little bit more nutrients available to them. I haven't seen a good response yet. That's only 4 days ago. So I'm definitely not giving my hopes up. Aside from that, everything's doing great. I got little baby petunias in here, which apparently gnats like to land on and die. So I didn't know petunias had that ability, but I mean, there's a ton of dead gnats on here. So I don't know what's going on. There's a ton of stuff. It's mostly nightshades, but, I got Echium rossicum here, some little woodruff. It's annual woodruff. Another Echium, which seems to be affected by some sort of spots. Kenilworth ivy. I've got tobacco. I've got basil. I've got eggplants. I've got some herbs. So, generally speaking, everything is doing really well, and, any of the colder weather crops, I'm just going to direct sow this year. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of bummed. I've got like 30 tomatoes altogether. Half of them, I think, will definitely make it. And so it's crazy because it's not really species dependent, at least as far as I can tell. I think something is sharing the disease in this container. I don't know if it was bad seed and it's moving through the water when I water everything, if it's a simple nutrient deficiency, because some of these guys are doing extremely well. And then also I have these guys too. If you see here, there's been a lot of these little gnats, and so I put this fly strip up. It's gotten a lot of them, and I believe they're fungus gnats. So I just don't know what's going on. Either way, things are alive. I haven't had anything totally die. Well, I've had a couple, I guess I should say. But, once the plants got beyond the seed, germinated, and got their first true leaves, I haven't had anything die. So either way, that's my update. And yeah.